Question 1. Through careful analysis of a recent incident, is Kim, a dispatcher, receives a heated call from a customer claiming that the technician was late, rude, and failed to complete the repair. The customer is demanding a refund and threatens to leave a negative online review. The technician's notes suggest the customer was uncooperative and restricted access to the equipment. What should is Kim do first in handling this complaint? A. Apologize and immediately offer full refund to de-escalate the situation. B. Call the technician and demand an explanation before proceeding further. C. Log the complaint, acknowledge the customer's frustration, and begin neutral fact-finding conversation. D. Redirect the customer to supervisor, as dispatchers should not handle complaints. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. The best practice is to start with active listening and documentation, acknowledging the customer's frustration while gathering all relevant facts. Per HVACR dispatching protocol and customer resolution standards, dispatchers must act as mediators, not judges. Offering refunds or assigning blame prematurely can escalate conflicts. Reference: HVACR Standard 12, Customer Service and Complaint Resolution. Question 2. Given the circumstances, a dispatcher is notified that a HVAC technician mistakenly visited the wrong address and completed a repair under the wrong work order. The customer at that address signed off, but the actual scheduled client is now calling in for the originally intended service. What is the most compliant and process-focused step the dispatcher should take? A. Delete the incorrect work order to avoid confusion in reporting. B. Inform the billing department to charge the incorrect address. C. Create a new work order for the correct client and log the misdispatch under an incident report. D. Send the technician back to the correct client without modifying any documentation. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Correct dispatch workflow emphasizes accurate documentation. Deleting records violates transparency and accountability protocols. Misdispatches should be logged under an incident report to inform performance metrics and training. Creating a new work order ensures proper legal traceability. Refer to NAIC Dispatching Procedures Guidelines, Section 4.2. Question 3. To what extent does a dispatcher need to understand the distinction between SEER and EAR ratings when assisting customers over the phone? A. They only need to know that both relate to cooling efficiency. B. They must understand both terms to accurately relay product performance during customer interactions. C. It is unnecessary for dispatchers to know this. Only sales representatives need such knowledge. The understanding SEER is enough, as EAR is no longer widely used. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. SEER seasonal energy efficiency ratio and EAR energy efficiency ratio are critical metrics that impact equipment selection and customer inquiries. Dispatchers may not sell units, but informed discussions enhance credibility, reduce callbacks, and support informed routing, e.g. routing for energy audits, CRA efficiency ratings guide, and EPA Energy Star standards. Question 4. When analyzing radio communication in a large commercial HVAC firm, dispatcher Estires notices some technicians fail to respond promptly or use unclear jargon over radio channels. What corrective action best aligns with professional communication protocols? A. Penalize technicians for failing to follow radio etiquette. B. Request a company-wide memo be sent reminding staff of radio usage rules. C. Hold a training session reinforcing clear, concise messaging standards. D. Replace radios with texting or mobile apps for simplicity. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. HVACR dispatching relies on clear radio protocols, especially in noisy or emergency environments. Training sessions are supported under OSHA Job Communication Guidelines and NFPA 7-Tie Field Communication Standards. Penalizing or changing systems without support or training is reactive. Regular communication refreshers promote safety and team efficiency. Question 5. The foundation of successful dispatching operations lies in detailed, consistent documentation. Why is it critical for dispatchers to log technician arrival times, job completion notes, and material usage in the system? A. So they can prove the technician was doing their job of question. B. For use in marketing campaigns or newsletters. C. To provide defensible records in case of billing disputes or legal claims. D. To micromanage technician performance and time. Answer. Correct answer, C. Explanation. Accurate documentation protects the business legally and financially. Arrival times, job notes, and part usage support audits, warranty claims, and billing disputes. Records should comply with state labor and consumer protection laws and follow the EPA Clean Air Act record retention mandates. Poor logs can lead to fines or lost credibility. Question 6. As demonstrated by an unexpected snowstorm, Mr. Delgado, a field technician, is stuck on a delayed route and unable to access his next 2 appointments. The dispatcher, Lee, is receiving angry calls from waiting customers. How should she handle this operational breakdown? A. Cancel all appointments for the day and reschedule later. B. Attempt to route another nearby technician and update customers transparently. C. Tell customers to wait patiently as weather delays are common. D. Contact her manager to take over the situation entirely. Answer. Correct answer, B. Explanation. Dispatchers are expected to use real-time route optimization and communication tools to minimize disruptions. Proactively rerouting other technicians shows operational control. Transparency with customers enhances trust. Refer to ANSI Standard 180 and HVACR best practices on dispatch adaptability during service delays. Question 7. The relationship between service coverage and efficient routing depends heavily on the dispatcher's ability to read maps and optimize coverage. Which of the following would best support dispatch accuracy in metro area with unpredictable traffic? A. Assign the same technician to all city zones regardless of distance. B. Use GPS software integrated with real-time traffic data to update routes. C. Preprint daily schedules without factoring traffic variations. D. Avoid servicing high traffic areas during rush hour even if urgent. Answer. Correct answer, B. Explanation. Using integrated GPS and routing software helps dispatchers respond dynamically to congestion or road closures. Static schedules fail in complex urban logistics. Refer to NOFA Fleet Management Guidelines and HVACR Dispatcher Efficiency Tools White Paper 2023 for route optimization recommendations. Question 8. Based on the information gathered during an initial call, is Simmons, a dispatcher, suspects the customer's no cooling complaint may involve refrigerant leak. What is the most appropriate way to prepare the technician for this service call? A. Do not share assumptions to avoid biasing the technician. B. Clearly document the customer's description and suggest the technician check for refrigerant issues. C. Tell the technician it's leak and to bring only refrigerant tools. D. Cancel the appointment until more details are confirmed. Answer. Correct answer, B. Explanation. Dispatchers should gather and relay as much relevant information as possible, including likely symptoms. While not diagnosing, they can offer informed insights. This helps the technician prepare appropriately, aligning with EPA Section 608 refrigerant handling guidelines and reducing return visits. Avoiding communication wastes time. Question 9. While examining billing inconsistencies, a dispatcher notices that some service calls list duplicate parts charges. What is the most appropriate step for the dispatcher to take? A. Edit the billing details without informing anyone to correct the error. B. Notify accounting and flag the duplicate for review before invoicing. C. Ignore it, assuming the technician made the right choice. D. Call the customer to explain that pricing may be incorrect. Answer. Correct answer, B. Explanation. Dispatchers should never alter billing records independently. Instead, flagging discrepancies and collaborating with accounting maintains financial integrity and protects against fraud or overbilling. This practice is supported by HVACR Financial Practices Standards 2022 and FTC Fair Billing Acts. Question 10. Examining the consequences of incorrect technician dispatching, a newly hired dispatcher sends a technician to a rooftop unit service call without realizing it requires fall protection training. The technician climbs with a PPE and is nearly injured. What procedural failure occurred? A. The technician should have refused the job with a PPE. B. The dispatcher should have verified the site conditions and technician certification. C. Safety is the technician's responsibility, not the dispatcher's. D. It was random incident that couldn't be prevented. Answer. Correct answer, B. Explanation. Dispatchers must understand technician qualifications and job site hazards. Sending underqualified personnel violates OSHA 29 CFR 1926.501 for protection. Dispatchers play a key role in field safety coordination, and improper dispatch can carry legal liability. Pre-dispatch checklists help avoid such risks. Question 11. Throughout the course of a high-demand summer afternoon is raised, a dispatcher is fielding back-to-back customer calls while simultaneously updating technician assignments and addressing a part delivery delay. Suddenly, a call comes in about an emergency refrigeration failure at a medical lab. What is the most appropriate response for is raise? A. Pause all other activities, route the nearest technician and inform the lab immediately. B. Continue answering other calls and forward the emergency to a manager. C. Ask the customer to call back in 30 minutes while she finishes her queue. D. Reassign a technician without informing the other clients affected by the scheduled change. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Emergency dispatch protocols require immediate action, especially when health or safety is at risk. G. Medical refrigeration. Dispatchers must triage based on urgency, communicate promptly with stakeholders, and adjust schedules transparently. This aligns with ASHRAE Guideline 1.4 and ICAO emergency response standards. Question 12. In response to an HVAC company expanding its service territory, dispatcher Mr. Malik must schedule technicians for an area unfamiliar to the team. Which strategy best improves scheduling efficiency in the new region? A. Assign the new zone to all technicians equally regardless of proximity. B. Use dispatch software to define zones and prioritize based on technician home base and skill set. C. Rotate the zone daily among all available technicians to balance workload. D. Avoid assigning jobs there until more technicians are hired. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Zoning with smart dispatch software ensures efficient routing, minimizes drive time, and aligns technician skills with job needs. Random or rotational assignments increase travel and efficiency. According to Service Optimization Best Practices HVAC TSB 2024, dispatchers should define service zones dynamically using GPS data and skill matching. Question 13. Focusing specifically on customer satisfaction, Mr. Nguyen wants to improve his HVAC company's post-service follow-up system. Which approach will most effectively ensure clients feel heard and valued? A. Wait for customers to leave reviews online and respond accordingly. B. Rely solely on technicians to gather feedback during visits. C. Implement an automated system for follow-up calls or messages within 48 hours. D. Only follow up with customers who file complaints. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Proactive follow-up within 48 hours ensures issues are caught early and enhances client retention. According to ICAO Manual C and the Service Quality Institute, follow-up is core dispatcher task, not just technician responsibility. Automate DRM tools streamline this without increasing staff workload. Question 14. Taking into account the importance of dispatch software in daily operations, which of the following features is most critical for enabling effective real-time decision-making? A. Technician shift schedules. B. Data export capability for end-of-month reporting. C. Live GPS tracking and technician availability status. D. Ability to print work orders in batches. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Live tracking and availability indicators are vital for dispatchers to route, adjust appointments, and respond to emergencies efficiently. While shift schedules and exports are useful, real-time visibility enables data-driven decisions under pressure. Refer to HVAC Field Service 360 Software Review 2023 and NIST Smart Dispatching Guidelines. Question 15. In a modern context of increasing safety regulation, dispatcher is a leaner notices. A technician has been assigned to a confined space job without proper clearance certification. What is the dispatcher's most appropriate action? A. Proceed with the assignment and let the technician decide whether to enter. B. Swap the job with another technician who has confined space training. C. Instruct the technician to proceed but avoid entering any enclosed areas. D. Cancel the job and reschedule when safety permits. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Assigning properly trained technicians is the dispatcher's duty. Entering confined spaces without proper certification violates OSHA 29 CFR 1910.146. Rescheduling may delay service unnecessarily, while swapping assignments keeps the job on schedule and ensures safety compliance. Dispatcher diligence helps avoid legal liabilities. Question 16. Contrary to popular belief, rescheduling a technician due to a personal emergency is not always disruptive. How can a dispatcher best manage such a sudden unavailability during peak hours? A. Move all appointments to the next day and notify customers. B. Manually call every technician to see who can cover. C. Use software filters to reassign jobs based on skill match and proximity. D. Let the customers know there are no available slots and cancel. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Effective dispatchers use automation and filters in dispatching platforms to rapidly locate qualified technicians nearby. This enables minimal disruption. Manual calling wastes time. Canceling services impacts customer trust. Reference. Field Service Optimization White Paper 2024 Enough Smart Scheduling Guidelines. Question 17. By evaluating recent state changes in HVAC licensing, Istakatha realizes one technician's certification has lapsed. What should the dispatcher do upon discovering the issue? A. Assign the technician to low-risk jobs until they renew. B. Remove them from all assignments until the certification is updated. C. Ignore the lapse if the technician is experienced. D. Let the technician self-report the problem to management. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Dispatchers must ensure all field staff meet regulatory and legal requirements. Assigning jobs to uncertified technicians exposes the company to fines, legal action, and safety risks. Refer to state licensing boards and EPA Section 608 certification mandates. Dispatcher action prevents violations before they escalate. Question 18. The core principles of dispatching success often center on KPIS. Which of the following KPIS is most valuable in evaluating a dispatcher's scheduling efficiency? A. Total jobs completed per week. B. Number of technician complaints. C. First time fix rate FTFR. D. Amount of overtime logged by technicians. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. First time fix rate reflects the dispatcher's ability to assign the right technician with the right tools for the job. High FTFR improves customer satisfaction and reduces return visits. It's standard metric used in HVACR field performance audits per Service Council Industry KPI Report 2023. Question 19. To better understand logistics coordination, consider a scenario where a technician reports multiple delays due to missing parts. As a dispatcher, how can you best resolve recurring part-related issues? A. Shift the responsibility to the warehouse team. B. Begin verifying part availability before assigning jobs. C. Send technicians with backup parts for all possible diagnoses. D. Ask customers to pre-order all parts before appointments. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Dispatchers must coordinate with inventory systems to confirm parts are ready before dispatching technicians. Sending incomplete kits reduce FTFR and adds extra trips. Technicians are not responsible for inventory accuracy. Refer to HVACR inventory management protocols and ACAT Standard 5. Question 20. With respect to technician-dispatcher relationships, what communication habit best maintains long-term professional rapport? A. Giving verbal praise during each shift. B. Avoiding conflict by limiting interactions. C. Providing accurate, timely job details and listening to feedback. D. Regularly questioning technician decisions to maintain authority. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Respectful, clear communication is vital for dispatcher-technician trust. Providing full details and being responsive improves morale and reduces errors. According to HVACR Team Communication Standards and Society for Human Resource Management (ARM), feedback loops and consistency are key for interpersonal relationship success. Question 21. The traditional approach to dispatching involves assigning work independently. However, a BC mechanical dispatcher is a Patel notices jobs often run over time due to poor coordination with the warehouse and field supervisors. What should she implement to ensure smoother operations? A. Begin each shift with a team-wide coordination call to review job priorities and readiness. B. Focus only on dispatch duties and avoid overlapping with other teams. C. Handle technician issues on the fly without involving other departments. D. Ask technicians to contact the warehouse directly before every job. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Cross-departmental coordination improves efficiency. Morning huddles or shift briefings align everyone's priorities and reduce miscommunication. This method supports the lean management model and aligns with HVACR Integrated Operations Standards iOS 2.3. Isolated dispatching causes scheduling breakdowns and lowers first-time fix rates. Question 22. When presented with a vague customer complaint about strange noises and weak airflow, will dispatcher Esterbron wants to ensure the technician has productive visit. What should he do? A. Book the job as usual and leave diagnosis to the technician. B. Ask targeted follow-up questions to gather more precise information. C. Tell the customer to call back when the issue is clear. D. Assign 2 technicians to handle it faster. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Dispatchers must ask probing, relevant questions to translate vague complaints into actionable work orders. Doing so improves technician preparedness and increases first-time resolution success. According to a Service Protocols Manual 9.1, effective questioning is a dispatcher's diagnostic responsibility, not to fix but to inform. Question 23. Historically speaking, many HVACR firms underestimated dispatchers' roles in regulatory compliance. Which of the following best reflects dispatchers' regulatory responsibility? A. Ignoring permit requirements and assuming the technician will manage them. B. Verifying license and permit requirements per service location and job type. C. Delegating all compliance checks to the field service manager. D. Requesting clients obtain permits before dispatching technicians. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Dispatchers play a critical role in ensuring regulatory alignment for work orders. Verifying licensing, EPA Section 608 compliance and job-specific permits reduces liability. Failure to do so can result in fines, legal penalties, and insurance claims denial. Reference: Local Jurisdiction Codebooks plus HVACR Compliance Manual Section 4.2. Question 24. The growing trend in customer experience shows that clients expect not just technical resolution but empathy. Is Grant receives a frustrated call from a customer with recurring system failures. What should she do to de-escalate? A. Blame the previous technician for poor service. B. Apologize sincerely, express empathy and promise a solution review. C. Quote company policy and deny responsibility. D. Transfer the call immediately to a manager. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Effective conflict resolution begins with empathetic listening and sincere apology, not defensiveness. Dispatchers are often the first point of human contact, so tone and reassurance matter. CNATE Service Excellence Standards and ACAS complaint handling procedures, which stress professionalism and emotional intelligence. Question 25. While it is true that most technicians log their own labor time, why is it still important for dispatchers to verify and reconcile those entries? A. To ensure all techs are paid the same. B. To provide a check against errors and uphold billing accuracy. C. So dispatchers can override the numbers and control payroll. D. Because customers prefer dispatchers explain labor charges directly. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Dispatchers reviewing job logs help prevent billing discrepancies, especially with overtime, callbacks, or warranty work. This protects the company from audit errors and supports clean accounting in compliance with FTC billing transparency rules and HVACR service agreement obligations. Question 26. By comparing delivery coordination options, dispatcher Lynn is reviewing how a firm handles emergency part requests. What's the most efficient and compliant method for managing emergency part delivery? A. Let technicians pick up parts from any store as needed. B. Use centralized part system and dispatch courier or helper for urgent deliveries. C. Avoid delivering parts during peak hours to save on costs. D. Assign office staff to make deliveries as backup plan. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Using a centralized inventory system and dedicated delivery support ensures accuracy, speed, and accountability. Ad hoc pickups create billing and tracking issues. According to HVACR Parts Management Best Practices 2023 and OSHA Fleet Safety Guidelines, having an organized emergency delivery protocol reduces downtime and errors. Question 27. To illustrate this point, dispatcher Esther Ortega has noticed that technicians misinterpret radio instructions during noisy job site conditions. What communication techniques should be used to ensure clarity? A. Speak faster to get the message through quickly. B. Use short, standard phrases and request confirmation. C. Rely on technician judgment and avoid repetition. D. Switch all communication to group texting apps. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Using brief, standard radio phrases with confirmation 104 copy, etc. ensures clarity under pressure. Dispatchers must require feedback loops to avoid miscommunication. Per NFPA 7-tie communication safety standards and NAPCO radio protocols, two-way confirmation is essential in loud, hazardous environments. Question 20. In contrast to basic air conditioning systems, rooftop HVAC units require special considerations. As a dispatcher, what must be confirmed before dispatching a technician to such a job? A. That the technician is certified for high-pressure systems and equipped for rooftop access. B. That the customer can assist with lifting the technician's tools. C. That only one technician is sent to minimize cost. D. That the rooftop unit can be viewed from the ground first. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Rooftop unit jobs often involve high voltage systems, fall risk and refrigerant handling. Technicians must be trained and equipped for safe rooftop access per OSHA 1926.501 and proper refrigerant handling per EPA section 608. Dispatchers are legally responsible for correct skill matching on such jobs. Question 29. Across different scenarios, dispatcher is Lawson sees an uptick in rescheduled appointments due to technician unavailability. What tool or technique would most help her reduce reschedules? A. Double book technicians to ensure availability. B. Track technician trends and absences using dispatch software reports. C. Assign extra hours to technicians every week. D. Tell customers to be flexible with their timing. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Using reporting tools to analyze technician patterns allows dispatchers to anticipate shortages and plan proactively. Overbooking leads to customer dissatisfaction, while transparency and trend analysis are recommended under Service Dispatch Data Management Protocols HVACR 2023. It supports improved resource allocation. Question 30. The implications of a customer calling in to report warm air blowing from vents and a faint chemical smell could suggest several issues. What is the most appropriate dispatcher action? A. Schedule the technician for duct cleaning. B. Note the chemical odor and flag the job as potential refrigerant leak. C. Suggest they change the thermostat settings first. D. Assume it's dirty, filter and send junior technician. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Faint chemical smells with no cooling often indicate refrigerant leaks, which require EPA-certified technicians. Dispatchers must recognize these signs to ensure compliant technician assignment. Misclassification can lead to violations of Clean Air Act Section 608 and unnecessary delays. Dispatcher insight supports proper triage.